Ta-da! So everyone was saying build, do both. Stuff about tortillas and overdriven again. Son of a monkey's butt. One moment, please. Oh yeah, big time. Yikes. Alright, that should be far less intrusive and offensive, yes? That should be less of me exploding your eardrums, I would expect. Let me reach over here. There we go. I mean, like... So, for some reason, since recent updates, about every third or fourth time I restart my machine, it resets my mic and my master mic volume from about 40% to 100%. And usually my first indication is when somebody goes, ah, when they tune into the stream. Sadly. But I should no longer be crazy overdriven now. So I just dragged that thing back down to under 50%. So I apologize to eardrums everywhere. And figure out why that keeps happening. But tonight, so this is actually kind of a smaller set compared to the mystery bus we did. So this is the Hidden Side, Graveyard Mystery, and it looks to be a fun set. It is, of course, part of the Hidden Side AR series. So there is app play included. I noticed today, to give you an idea of how Lego is kind of going very much after the different audience. I noticed today this is actually listed on the Apple Store. The app is in the Apple, is in the App Store where you expect it to be, but the actual physical Lego sets from the Hidden Side are in Apple stores now, and you can actually get them off Apple.com or a Lego retailer near you. I did not realize that until today, that you could actually purchase these sets from Apple, because they are app enabled, right? I know the whole building thing and app enabled stuff kind of goes like right into Lego and Apple's sort of education / STEM sort of get kids interested in creativity and silence. Yeah, I know. I'm back on the table again. I'm not on my build table. I'm kind of on this rickety table, so I do need to be aware. I actually had to put pants on for you guys because the shorts weren't cutting it. Ain't nobody wanted to see that. I once again have failed horribly in finding time to make sense of the madness. And this spot that we cleared off for the last time retains its usefulness. Oh no, pants. Yes, actual honest to God like pants. Which when you work from home is not always a given, because you only ever see like you see in the face cam. That's about the same view minus the crazy crap in the back that you get if you're on a video conference with me. But the down shot down here, I do get out of my jammies though. I have to admit, I put on either shorts, although this time of night sometimes I am back into what I refer to as my comfy pants, which are kind of jammies, kind of just like really comfortable cotton shorts. So now you know entirely too much. Somewhere there are people cringing going, oh good lord. But again, I've saved you the actual visuals because pants. I think I would have to stream under an entirely different category for that. And even then, I'm not sure I'd be loud. It certainly wouldn't be safe. So, ooh, yay. So once again, probably my favorite piece out of all of these sets. Let me get them on a stick or something so you can really see them. We have ghost puppies. Ghost doggos. He does have a little... See if I can kind of force him to get focused in on here. Get a force focus going. That's funny. It's so reflective, I can actually reflect the... Come on, focus on the doggo. There it goes. There you go. Ghost doggo. That Lego is so reflective, I was reflecting the camera back. I'm back now, focusing on over here. Camera's having a time. There it goes. And we are listening to WTMI, the Way Too Much Information Station, every Tuesday night at 9:30. Re-airings Wednesdays at 2 a.m. No. No rebroadcasting. No. So what group did I put us in tonight? I don't know, but I don't think backseat gaming, playing with viewers, and casual playthrough apply. Do you? What's up with that? Oh, I put us in creative. We shouldn't be in creative. Maybe we should be in just chatting. I don't know. I don't think building a Lego set is creative. So let's get rid of casual playthrough and backseat gaming. There used to be, there it is, brick building. There used to be a brick building tag. That's much better. That fits far better, I think. Although it still shows the, whatever. If you can't figure it out once you're in here, it's no longer my problem. Pitch all this together real quick. Another one of my favorites in the new piece category. Let's see if I can't get this to... I forget I have this camera set backwards. It's a hoodie with a hat on top. It's a hoodie with a hat on it. Dee-dee-dee. The exciting thing when I do these is you can actually hear all of my system alerts. Whee! Stuff is happening in Rick World. Alert, alert. Wings. Such a good show. I miss that show. Every now and then I think about it. It was a good show. Steven Weber. Who are the others? Who are the other actors? Oh, Tom. He played Sandman in one of the Spider-Man movies. Played the mechanic. In Wings. I got some minifig parts. Let me get my little trays for my little stuff. There's that. Get my little trays. Actually, I have enough room tonight. Let's see if I can't get the trays over here, where they're sort of in frame but out of the way. Can I do that? Yeah, that works. And just to make a little bit easier time of it for everybody trying to see it. Dump those in, all the little pieces. They usually go scattering off into the wilderness on me from time to time. There's a garbage can over there. Garbage. Put that to the side. Telephone cord. When's the last time you saw one of those? All right, we're in good shape now. We have space. We have a small enough manual I can probably leave it here to build from, except for when I go blind. Still have like a little build area in front of me. We'll pull all the minifig parts out front. So, I think I said it when we were doing the graveyard bus, but the printing on these minifigs is so much improved from past printings, and it's all in the torsos. Like the torso printings are really good, and the combos are great. Front and back printing. Like there's a wrinkle in the back print here. I don't know how well you can see that if I get out of the way. Maybe I'll do it on this one. Is that better? That's a little better. It's just harder to see. Good back printing there. And you can actually see now he's wearing a shirt under his hoodie. He's wearing a red shirt under his hoodie. Which is kind of neat. Don't usually get like super detailed minifig prints. So it's the kitty head, which again, he's double-sided head. We get the angry smile and the kind of ticked off. Looks like an angry smile to me. Drop him in there. And of course, because of the times we live in, where is it? He has a cell phone. A Spectre location device. I'm sorry. A spectral location device. And we'll do... Alright, so there's him. It's the youthful male protagonist of our stories. I'm going to set him just off frame. Oh, and the pup is his, by the way. He gets the ghost puppy. The ghost puppy. Ooh, skeletons. So, I was out at Bricks and Minifigs the other day, I think on Sunday, and they had not seen these sets yet. They knew they were coming, they knew what they were about, but they hadn't actually seen the sets. We know where that one went. So they were asking some questions about it, and it turns out that with the app, even if you don't have the sets, you can use the app to target just minifigures in general, or as was the case here, just some random stuff in the store, and it actually triggered the app well enough. You know, the one time in history they don't include an extra friggin' skeleton arm, which I have like bajillions of. Oh well. I don't think it went far, because I heard it slide. And no, I'm not wearing shoes, so I could just technically kind of poke around with my feet and find it. So now you have even more information you didn't want. Let me hit a light down here and see. Yep, I was right. It didn't go far. See if I can pluck it out with my feet. I'm not crawling out under my desk right now. I can see it. So far, all I've done is kick it back further. All right, you're going to have to deal with this. This will be fun. Hi there. All right, there we go. Success. I saw right where that one went. Unlike last time, when I sent a bus engine flying, this one I actually knew where it was. So now we have a complete skeleton, and he gets a key. We have extra keys. Yeah, telling you, we're hitting all the niche groups tonight. We've got the No Pants Club, the Denim Fetish, the Foot Fetish. We got everybody covered. Feel sorry for the person that just walked in and the first things they heard were denim fetish and foot fetish, but welcome to my world. All right. I like it when the instructions are simple. Here is a piece. It's literally like that is instruction number 1. Oh, we're going slow burn on this whole thing. Every step is one piece. That's fine. Everything is fine. What else we got going on? So to catch everyone up, we now know what I wear during work. We know what what I don't usually wear during work. We know what I usually wear at night. Feels like an old AOL chat room. I'm just waiting for somebody to put an ASL up in chat, and we'll have hit the trifecta. It's always nice when I do this backwards, because I was looking up at the screen at one point, and then I looked back down and realized I was bass-ackwards. I was very excited to see Sam got his Riders of Rohan CD today, because it's also Sam's birthday. Sam Burke, who's a regular viewer. So now everybody's gotten their Riders of Rohan stream from CD from that. Why? I don't know why I'm reminded. I forgot to take out the trash before the show, to be fair. I was playing DDO and trying to get stuff done. Video games, they will distract you from everything, pretty much. Yeah, that is bumpy. I never really thought this. So just so you know, this desk is an IKEA Gallant desk, and it's huge. It's probably 4 feet. No, it's probably more like 6 feet, and then 3 feet back that way. So like, this is actually the edge of the desk, for reference, to probably a good 2.5 feet the other side of my hand. So I'm shocked that it vibrates as much as it does when it gets bumped. But there we are. All right. And I say that because the other desk that I normally build on that one, it doesn't. And it's basically, the same building material from IKEA. Only it doesn't move. It don't move nowhere. Yes, it is Sam's birthday. I don't think we'll see Sam tonight, but should he watch this VOD, happy birthday, Sam. He was in Discord saying that it arrived and he was happy because it got there on his birthday, which I meant to do. Totally meant to do it. I don't think I could be that organized if I try. I'm a fairly organized person, but that would show a level of awareness of the United States Postal Service that I will very proudly confess to not having. And that's without even thinking about customs or anything like that. Which is its own problem. To be fair, it got there a lot more quickly than I thought it would. I didn't think it was going to get there till sometime next week. So I was happy. And I was happy that it coincidentally showed up on his birthday. That was kind of neat. We'll do another one of those at some point. Maybe during a Lotro stream again. We'll throw some CDs out there. Got a couple more. I do. You mailed a Kinney a graphics card and it got to her in about a week? Wow, that's pretty good. I built a computer for someone in Germany once. It took about 11 days. And it shockingly did not get held up in customs. I was stunned. I really thought it was one of those things that, if anything's going to get flagged, a fairly high-end custom-built PC is probably the thing. Nope. Went right on through. Went right on through. Yep. Taught me how to fill out the customs tag to avoid being flagged for VAT. Oh, that was smart. I got asked a whole host of questions on this side, like, is this for business? Is it a, is it a trade good? Is it product samples? I mean, it was just in a little CD mailer. It was like, no, it's just some music. It's a gift. I'm sending it to a friend. There's no business purpose behind it. They're like, okay. That was it. That was the only question that I was really asked, which again, it sort of surprised me that it was that simple and straightforward, you know. So. But and this goes on. This. Good deal. That's two. So what's been happening this week? I haven't been paying attention to anything that's been going on, really. I've been kind of like really head down. Tons of work. Getting ready for PAX. That's in another week or so. I got to fly out for that. Go do my thing out there. It's fun, though. I get to see and hang out with a lot of people, which I really enjoy. So then of course, after that, I got to start thinking about TwitchCon, because it seems more and more likely we're going to do the TwitchCon thing, which is also exciting. It'll be its own little adventure, as it were. So I do know, I mean, thinking about filling out custom forms to avoid VAT, that's a big deal. Like, your recipient can get tagged with like the full tax on the full like market value of anything you send them, which is insane if you fill out your custom form incorrectly. I don't see a 3-piece light green. Oh, there it is. 3-piece. 4. I'm going to slide this stuff just a little bit and put that over here so that we can slide more of the manual in. There we go. Now I have a better frame of reference too, because I know if I'm off the edge of the manual, you guys can't see it. Which, you know, again, thinking of that, is one of the reasons why a lot of companies exclude Europe. A lot of, you know, non-European Union companies will exclude Europe from giveaways. It's just too expensive to get stuff there, or you end up saddling the poor winner with a huge VAT bill. Which is also not cool. Not cool at all. Nope, I need the other one. Where'd it go? There it is. I was watching America's Got Talent. Hey, Blue. Blue Wallpaper. So that's a name I have to ask. Where did you come up with the name Blue Wallpaper? And does it signify anything, or was it just one of those, oh, I have to register, here's a name? Because it's certainly not your standard, oh, I'm going to pick like a cool gamer name or something, or a boring gamer name like me. Nope, that should have been a 2, not a double. example. Need to do it twice. Do not talk about America's Got Talent. Uh-oh. Are you a fan and you haven't seen it yet? Or do you just really dislike it? I didn't see the whole thing, and I wasn't going to give spoilers. I was just going to talk generally about the show. Because I'm pretty sure it's AGT that starts off. I think their first recorded shows are in Pasadena, right? And oh, you like to say it? Well, the hotel I stay at when I go to the office, I live on the East Coast. My company I work for is on the West Coast, and they're in Pasadena. And the theater that they shoot America's Got Talent in, you know, those initial shows, and also some of the American Idol stuff is like right there by the hotel. There's a whole convention center and concert hall and everything, and it's right there. It's about 1 block off from the Tournament of Roses parade, in fact. No, I don't mind the show. I sometimes, I don't know, sometimes talent, do the air quotes down here where you can see them, may not be the right word. Yeah, a couple of times I've tried to figure out when the show actually would be recording and see if it overlapped, but so far it has not. I've never had any real overlap with the record dates and my travel dates. So one day, though, I mean, last year I got really lucky, and I was out for work, and believe it or not, there was a Lego convention, what is it, Brickfest, at the convention center while I was there. So that was yay, team go. I got to go to that. I was actually staying at the Sheraton, and it was maybe 50 yards outside the back door of the Sheraton was the entrance to the convention center where Brickfest was being held. So that was fun. That was really fun. I got, you know, I spent too much money, of course. But it, you know, we don't have those in Mass. We had one, I think twice. I think we had 2 years, and then they canceled it, and they were never coming back. And they have not been back since. So they're true to their word. I just don't think they sold enough tickets. I don't think it was as big a draw as they had hoped. They were pretty far outside of Boston, so they were away from the majority of like their potential fan base. It was probably, sorry about that, probably a good 25-30 minutes outside of the city, which again, not terrible. And in Boston, 25 to 30 minutes, though, it's not like the West Coast or other areas. That's an actual distance. That's not around the corner the way, you know, I know people from LA think, 25, 30 minutes. That's like, it takes me, that's only 2 blocks. I could walk that. No. In the Boston area, that's an actual distance. That's not an easy walk that people are just being lazy about. But it sadly never came back after the second year. I was very disappointed because I enjoyed it. You don't have to be a kid to enjoy those things. 4 weeks be for air. Oh, okay. So they start filming the Pasadena shows a month before it goes to air? That should be doable. I'll just have to figure out the next time I go out for work, and I'm going to be there for a while, and see when. Maybe I'll just kind of arrange for those weeks to overlap. Because it'd be kind of cool to go see and sit in the audience, right? Here's our graveyard gates. It seems like every time Lego does some kind of graveyard gate kind of thing, there's a new way of doing it. There's a different design theory at work each time, which isn't a bad thing, I don't think, but I think this is supposed to be kind of like that. Yeah, there we go. And then this goes on this end of the graveyard. There we go. You can see it a little better. Yup. Yeah, cool. So I think this is one of the things I was talking about. I was talking to some Lego people. Was like, I hope this is the start of like a really long-running series for Lego. Like City was a long-running series, because I can see between the quality of the sets and the quality of the AR app itself that there's so much potential here. If it's done right, this could be a multi-year series, easily a multi-year series. There's a half dozen sets currently, and I think they could easily do another half dozen next year, arguably more, because it's just a good series. Let's see. Hinges, but it doesn't hinge. It's not a hingy thing. One and one. One. And then two of these. So there we got that. This is a fairly small set. How many pieces did I say? Or didn't I? 335 pieces. $335. I think the bus was close to 1,000. The bus was really great. I've had a lot of fun with the bus in the app. I don't know how many people have ever uttered the words, I had a lot of fun with the bus. But it's true. Hey guys. Hey Brick and Nick, Solar Bear. What's up? Holy cow. Thanks for the raid. And the follow. Hey Brick and Nick, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome, welcome. Ah, everybody's going. Oh, who's got the Benny? Benny hype. Represent. I like it. Is that you, Brick? That's great. That is so awesome. Welcome, Lego fans. Totally. Hey, Arctic Empire. It is you? That's so cool. Those are great. Those are absolutely amazing. I'm a fan. Instant fan. Hey, Solar Bear. Yeah, totally. Hey, thanks, Red Wheelbarrow. Thanks for the follow. The Solar Bear, these sets are great. I built one a couple of weeks ago. I built the bus, the lab bus. It's really, really cool. They're super well done. The AR stuff is ridiculously well done. We played a little stuff. Yeah, Wheelbarrow inside is really great. Thanks for following, dude. Thank you, thank you. Oh man, he's good. Oh, Brick, you got Benny, Emmett, and Batman? That is awesome. The alerts are loud? All right, let me pull them down. You played a bit with Hidden Side? Yeah, so far I think they're really really fun, and the AR app is great. Did you know you can use the AR app even if you don't have the sets? You can actually still play. You can use like minifigs or other things in your house, and find gloom, which is kind of like the ghosty stuff. So I was just saying, just before you guys got here, I'm really hoping this becomes a multi-year theme because there's so much potential here. Between the high school and the bus, and they've laid it out as this is a city unto itself, called Newbury, and it's kind of weird. So I'm in part of my brain, I'm thinking, so I live about 90 minutes away from Lego US headquarters, and about 45 minutes to the north of me, there is actually a town in Massachusetts called Newbury, and there's a sister town next to it called Newburyport, which is a fishing village. Yeah, Enfield. I'm about 90 minutes away from that. And Newburyport is a real place, and it is a fishing village, and it kind of has that New England vibe in the set. So every time I see that it's the town of Newbury, I'm kind of curious how much they borrowed from the whole region, and if Newbury is maybe not a nod to Newburyport, Massachusetts. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for the raid, Brick. That's amazing. Yeah, every Tuesday we do something Lego themed. Whether we play one of the Lego games, we did a full playthrough of the main story of Dimensions a little bit ago, and sometimes we build sets every Tuesday night at 9:30 Eastern. So if you're looking for Lego content, you found me. How have I not found you before? I don't know. I've kind of tried different things. I put the brick building in there once in a while, and stuff like that. And I've done it under Lego Creator. I've done it under the various Lego games that we've played. And what did I do tonight? Just chatting, right? I think. I'm not sure. I think so. I am not aware of the brick building community Discord. I was not at all. Oh, that's how you found me. Oh, wow, cool. Yeah, we've been doing this for a while. I mean, originally, I streamed... Uh-oh. Oh, thanks, Druid's Fire. I saw the timed out, and I was like, no! See, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to put it under crafting or makers in crafting, because if I'm building a set, it doesn't feel like I'm being crafty. I'm kind of following directions. Oh, the tag is how you found me. Great. Oh, dude, thanks for the link. Thanks for letting him link Druid's Fire. Yeah, I'll definitely join in and check it out. We kind of run our own thing. I used to work in the video games industry, so I do a lot of different stuff on my stream. It's very much variety. But Tuesday nights is 100% set aside for Lego stuff, whatever form it ends up taking. I almost did a whole thing tonight about how to build Death Star hallways, because I do some Lego photography. Actually, I'm going to drop that in here. And I did here, that's Max's page. That's my Lego photography page. And I was going to show how to build a Death Star hallway. But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I really want to build this set. Because so far I built the shrimp boat. I've built the lab. And I've built the bus. The shrimp boat and the lab weren't on stream. And they've all been really, really good. The lab is $20, and it's a really great set. And just the figs and the prints on the figs are just, I was showing these earlier. They're just so well done. And all the cell phones have new prints on them. It's a little ghost in there. And far and away the best thing is, of course, the ghost dog, the translucent. Chip is a rescue ranger. Yeah. How did they not do that, right? How did that not be the set? That should have been out of the pack. So I saw somebody put Dale in a Hawaiian shirt top, which I thought was pretty good for the other half. Yeah, easily the best printings. I think the new CMF set that's coming out next month, I think from what I've seen of the photos, they're going to be on par with the Hidden Side figs in terms of their printings. They look really, really sharp. And I'll confess, when I first saw those initial posts, those leaked photos, I wasn't convinced they were real. Mostly because, and this sounds like I'm dissing Lego, but I'm really not. Mostly because I wasn't sure that a CMF set where the figs had 2 accessories, 3 accessories, 4 accessories was ever going to be a real thing. Especially not when there's a dog walker with 2 dogs, which when do you get 2 pets in a CMF set? You don't. Is the short secret answer. So I'm excited for that. Those come out September 1st, and I'll totally do that. Yeah, the dog walker, and with the dachshund. It's like, oh my god. It's like, I guarantee you those things will show up on Bricklink. Post haste and forthwith. So yeah, I did not know there was a whole brick community here. I'm super stoked you guys stopped by, because I got to be honest, sometimes when I stream Tuesdays, it feels like Tuesdays are very much my day. This is my subs tolerate me day. And maybe not always the day they want to come and hang out. But it's really, I mean, if I were to zoom out and show you this room, it's alarming. My wife gives me stress. So, but I think we all relate to that one about the more Lego. I think we all get that more than we're willing to. We're gonna find me lots of new friends. I'm game. Hey, I'm always up to do Lego streams. I have a closet full of unbuilt crap, so something motivates me to get in there. I've got modular stuff I haven't built. I've got a line of modular sets all behind me up against the wall. I have a UCS Millennium Falcon that I keep threatening to build on stream and just have not dug out yet. The new one. So, yeah, I've got... I control my Lego addiction by not having any money. You will find that if you get Lego addicted enough, that's a consequence. So you're ahead of everyone else. It took 21 hours with 2 friends helping to build the UCS Falcon. I bet 7,500 pieces is a lot of pieces. Dude, Wheelbarrow, thank you so much. And this is almost going to be a stupid question for someone named Red Wheelbarrow. But Red, give me a color. Red, blue, black, and I think green are my other choices. We put a stamp in a book. I'll show you kind of. I don't have my book. When people sub, I stamp the book. I've got this great little Lego stamp. Where'd it go? Here's my test page. My Lego stamp. We put the date in it. We put your name under it. That you're a sub. So pick a color. Definitely red. Yeah, I'm totally floored. So I'll get it in the book. I'll get you a red stamp for it. And we'll get you flagged. Really, really appreciate that sub. So that puts us over 80% of the way to our next emote. I think we were at 28 points when we started the stream, and we need 35. So now we're at 29. So we need 6 points. Almost there. Almost there. All right, now I got to remember where I am. You guys have so distracted me. I'm so excited to have folks to talk to about this stuff. I usually bore Druid's Fire and a couple other people who are like, yeah, this is the night where, you know what, we like Rick and we're going to put up with him. I have actually turned one person into kind of an impromptu Lego fan. I did actually convince a couple of people that they, even though it's late in the game, they should really get Lego Dimensions. I have everything. I even managed to score Green Lantern and Green Arrow and Supergirl before it all got shut down. So I'm a huge fan of that series as well. And I got a couple of people to like go out and get it. There's Druid's Fire zooming. They're still super loud. Yeah, for some reason tonight all my sounds are messed up. Let's do this. It's probably because, like I said, There was a Windows update and some patches the other day. I've almost completely killed system sounds, so hopefully the next one doesn't drown everything out. Since the Windows update, my sounds have been really, really weird. Yeah, audio issues while streaming? Never heard of it. I don't know if anyone else has had the problem, but random restarts, everything gets cranked back to the max. So I apologize for that. I guess when I came on, my mic was super hot today. But the last, I guess, 2 weeks since that patch, it's just randomly on restarts, things just go like super, super hot. And then normally obviously I don't hear it, you know. It's usually somebody being like, ah, my ears are bleeding. For reasons other than my talking. Let's do this. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have like a Brixton minifigs where you're at. We've got one here. I was in mine on Sunday, and we were talking about Hidden Side. And I was pretty sure by the end of my visit, nearly everyone was going to go out and buy at least one set. Because it really is a great series, I think. I'm not going to say it lives up to their previous Monster series. I don't think it does. I mean, I think the Haunted House is probably the pinnacle of their, themed sets, honestly. But it's really good, and I can see where if it catches on and it does well and they continue it, I could see it getting to something like that one day. As Lego fan, the idea of the full-scale haunted house with all of the AR stuff that's built into Hidden Side sets, oh my god, it's like, here's my money. I'll trade my Falcon back in if you make that for me. I would rather have that almost than the Falcon. It would be pretty epic. I was at your local store and they said it's flying off the shelf, giving demos left and right. Yeah, I imagine it is. I've now seen them in Target and Walmart. Walmart always has sets for a couple of dollars less than everywhere else. And I have seen them in my local Walmart. And my local Walmart's fairly horrible about getting things in. So if it's there, it's probably in other Walmarts. We used to have a really, really great Lego merchandiser. She was in the stores probably twice a month. And she retired. You can tell I talk to her a lot, right? And our new person kind of sucks. Hey, have a good night, Brick. Thanks for coming by, man. Really, really appreciate it. We'll get this done. And I'll definitely check out the Discord. In fact, I'm going to go pop that link right now so I don't forget. I will definitely come by the Discord. So, there, joined. Holy cow, you got 120 people online in there. Nice. Joined. Red, you've only seen them at Lego stores? No, I have 2 Targets near me and 1 Walmart, and I've seen them in all 3. Recently, they've only just started coming into the stores, but they are there. And I know they're on Target site. If you go to Target.com, they're actually, I think they're featured Lego product of the month. All right, here comes the fun part. So these are, so if you don't know how AR works, this is kind of how the sausage is made. The app is based off of colors. Make sure I got the right ones. Yep. So, and every color represents a different function in the app. It tells you to go to a different thing. And I'm not building a dreidel. I'm building the AR interface actually for this. 1, 2. Although in the pictures it kind of looks like a dreidel. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. Make the ghost go away. Hey, thanks for following Set to Build. I really appreciate it. Hopefully that was a lot more tolerable in volume than the last ones, and nobody went deaf on that one. I do appreciate it. Yeah. Let's get these put together. I always hate building squares on circles, because I always get it wrong. Always. 2, 3. There we go. Hello. So we get this. All right, so we got yellow and blue. Turn the page. Me and Bob Seger. Yellow, blue. Ah, interesting. This must not actually use the gray, because we're putting a... Nobody watch this, okay? Because now I got like actual Lego fans in here that I can completely freak out with my horrible sticker placement. I'm legit embarrassed by how bad I am at this, even when I think I'm doing it right. And that one's actually not terrible. I'm going to flip that around so you don't have to see it. Everybody can be de-stressed. So this is... I can go in there. So it kind of is a dreidel in a way. So this is how the AR sets all work. The top's not on this. But they function off of a color wheel somewhere on the set. And each color wheel corresponds with an instruction in the AR. When I get done building this, I'll pull the app up and I'll show you. Because it does a pattern match of the sets. So you'll load up the app and it'll show an outline of the set and what it looks like. And you kind of pattern match that outline. And as you can see in here, there's kind of the little wheel with the guard on top. And that's what you turn to use the things inside the set. You can't apply stickers either. It's okay. Oh, I hate them. I hate them. I'm just glad that thankfully there's not a lot. And I think in the bus there were actually some printed parts, if I remember correctly. The bus is pretty cool. All right, we're in. Yeah, stickers always stress me out. I love building like the Speed Champion stuff, but oh my God. It's like, I'd like to buy a printed tile, please. Because they are so annoying. So I can cover up a part. Or did I use a wrong piece? Nope. Where'd it go? Oh. It's funny, I look up there so I can see it because it was at an angle to me. There. I do that a lot because normally when I build on stream, I don't do the hyper anal thing I do when I build off stream, which is I basically take over a space and every single part and type is sorted into like. So like all of the dark gray 2x6s will be in one pile and the light gray 2x6s next to them and the blue 2 and just all the way down. When I build on stream, I try to keep it so that you can see the parts so there's something to actually look at while I'm running off at the mouth. All right. So there, now it actually holds itself in. That works. Yeah, I cringe at stickers, man. I really do. So the Speed Champion sets just make me want to cry. I did, was it the rally car? It was something like 60 some odd stickers. And I just was like, you know what? This thing's gonna look like crap. And there's nothing I can do about it. You built the diner? Oh, and you're doing the high school this weekend. I don't have the diner. The shrimp Diner or the Shrimp Outlet or whatever the heck it is. But I've seen the high school. They were just putting it out when I was at my Lego store when they first came out. It's crazy. Just the way it converts. I think that's the other thing I like about these sets is they convert in ways that are really cool. The bus doesn't have a lot of conversion stuff in it. It just has the outhouse that converts into a monster and shoots poo discs at you. It has a disc shooter in the back that shoots brown discs. Hand to God. So, which I thought was really great and a little cheeky for Lego Group. So I doubly applaud that. But then again, what 8-year-old doesn't like a good poop joke, right? Oh, that'll make it a little easier. So now it's actually got a handle on it. Oh, that's much easier. Now we build the fig dude. I like monochrome figs. I've got one on my desk. I have two on my desk, actually. That stay on my desk. So he needs a back piece because he gets the wings. How is the diner build? I think that's probably going to be my next purchase. And how is the diner build, Red? Because I got the boat, right? Yeah, that's having the best kind of friend right there. If you've got a friend that can do the sticker placement and does vinyl stuff and is good at it, yeah, I would have him do it when possible too. No shame in that. None at all. I would be so right there with you. It's a good build, huh? It looks like it is. I'll say this, and there was someone in when we were building the bus that was like all stoked over the monster truck, which I cannot say I'm a fan. And it's nothing to do with the set. I'm not a monster truck fan. So it's one of those things where, you know, I don't fit the target audience for that. But then there's still part of me that's like, but I see the AR stuff looks like it could be really, really cool. So that one's my on the fence set for this. Pretty much everything else in the set I want. I want the train because I don't know if you've seen the train. It's an actual Lego L-scale train. It fits on standard Lego track. It comes with standard Lego track. And everything I could tell when I was kind of picking up and looking at it at the Lego store, you can put a power unit in that thing. You can motorize that train if you want to. And I don't think it would take much to do it. Oh, you've been mocking an arcade that has a similar format. Cool. Yeah, I have the Winter Village. I have like a whole Winter Village I do. It's on that page I linked, a shot of it. So I have the Winter Village train in the train station. I have the original Monster Fighters train. I have a cargo train. Oh, the Emerald Knight was your first train. Ha ha ha. Got you hooked. Whoo. Yeah. I do not have an Emerald Knight. So when I was a kid, I was like, trains were everything to me, right? Trains and planes. And I really wish I had space to do a Lego train layout, you know, like around my city. My city's in a straight line because it's basically a big shelf back there. This space I'm in serves many, many masters. It is my home office. It is my Lego building space. It is my Lego display space. It's a home theater. So it's like, at some point, it either has to be all of one thing or all of no thing for me to do anything. I also build and fly RC planes, so it gets some of that usage as well. So it's like one space trying to do far, far, far too many things, basically. And as a result, I'm always slightly frustrated by my inability to do whatever the thing I'm currently doing, because I just have, you know, too much stuff I'm trying to do in this space. But in a perfect world where I had like a giant finished basement that was entirely mine and didn't have to be anything, and I had my home theater in one place and, you know, could do whatever, I'd have a full-on, you know, good-sized city with trains and everything in it. That is definitely goals for me one day. But in New England, the house that would be required to support that, unless you're CEO of a biotech, you're not buying. Not up here, sadly. Nope. Besides, if I was spending all that money on a house, where would the Lego money come from? That is the most ass backwards thinking I think I have ever expressed in my life. And somewhere in the house, my wife is screaming, "You're right." Same situation. Yup. 9 times out of 10, I put these on backwards. So now I force myself to check which way the groove is facing. What do we got? We need 2 of these. So I got to ask, now that I kind of get the vibe is positive for the Hidden Side stuff, what did everybody think of the new space stuff? I kind of dug it. I've got a couple of the sets. I don't know if I'm willing to go in on like some of the really big ones because I think they're still more play setty than like, you know, really cool model set kind of stuff. But I liked them. I thought they were neat. They didn't fire off the same response that the Hidden Side stuff did, where it's like, oh my god, I need the whole set. It was definitely a case of, all right, I need one of those and one of those, and then maybe that. And at some point in the future, if I think about it, I'll buy that. You know, it's kind of that sort of feel towards them, which, you know, not bad. Oh, I'm building a coffin, a sarcophagus. Very, very scary. But I didn't feel the need to like, oh, I gotta go buy them all. These are so amazing. Which is unusual because oftentimes I do when new series come out. Much to my financial detriment. There we go. Slide these over here. And a gray. I guess this is the lid for the coffin. I guessed right. Last time there was a legit city space theme that came out. I was just starting with Lego as a kid and I loved them. The new line's really well done, I think. Almost never buy sets, but they'd be on the list of potential buys. Yeah, I get torn sometimes between that's really cool and holy crap, more stuff I don't have room for, and it's really more of a play set than a display set. And since I tend to buy and display more than buy and play, unless I'm buying something to use specifically for photography and stuff, I have a harder time buying things that fall under the very heavily display unfriendly category, I guess. Great, I have to put this one on after the fact. Actually, that one isn't going to suck. All right, you know what? I'm actually proud of that one because this never happens. That's damn near straight. I'm going to take that as a win. Good night, everybody. No. I don't play with sets at all. I generally buy parts and build with the purpose of displaying at convention shows. Oh, cool. Is there a possibility I've seen your stuff at a show? And you do freelance work. So you build like corporate displays or people who want things done, stuff like that? Why do I have a feeling I'm going to figure out who you are and I'm going to be like, oh shit, dude, I've seen your stuff. Hidden Side might change that. I don't play with sets either. As evidenced by my walls. Again, unless it's specifically something I'm doing photography for. Your latest build was a large mock of the raid on Area 51. I may have seen that. I think I may have seen photos of it online. It was featured on Beyond the Brick. Okay, then totally. Totally I've seen it. Very cool. My mocks are very, very tiny in scale. Like I said, I was thinking about doing a Death Star hallway. Probably the length of this instruction manual. I get much beyond that. I get, frankly, intimidated. So. Because I'm one of those guys that I have always had good visualization, bad execution on things that are very artistic. And I think Lego is probably the one thing that if I really sat down and tried, I could probably do a fairly decent job mocking things once I learned the system well enough. But it's still one of those things where I have historically done such a crap job. In most artistic endeavors that yeah, I just kind of don't try unless there's something really simple that I'm trying to build. And 9 times out of 10, that falls under photography as well. Solar Bear, have a really great night. All right. Thanks for dropping by. Really super appreciate you. Again, Tuesday nights. And if you're ever around on Thursday, Saturday, or Sundays, we do different stuff on those nights. Thursdays is an MMO night. We play an old game I used to work on. And Saturday nights are retro Saturday nights. We usually play some old retro games, console stuff, or old classic PC games. But have a really great night, Solar Bear. Get some rest. That's very cool. Mostly large logos and corporate team building workshops. Still getting into all that though. That's cool. I like it. That's very cool. I think anytime you can find a way to make money off your hobby, things are good, right? It's only the very lucky few that can ever really say, yeah, you know what? I made a couple of bucks doing what I love to do. Why do I feel like I missed a piece? No, I just put this up too high. That's what it is. Now I know why. That's Druid's Fire. I do this a lot. It's like I'm looking at something and I'm like, it doesn't look right, but then I do it anyway. Thanks for the vote. She's an outstanding mod and completely honest. Especially if it's honesty at my expense. I'm just agreeing with you. She's very agreeable too. All right, there we go. That looks more. That looks more better, gooder. I trimmed my nails today. Now I can't pick anything up. Like I get to that point where you have just long enough nails. They work great as a brick separator, and they help you pick up the little rolly bits. But then they get just a little bit longer, and they're too long, And because of how I type, I tend to type with the tips of my fingers instead of the pads. Then they become like a typing liability. So I trimmed them today, and now I'm like, I can't pick anything up. That, give me this. Another little mini grave. It's for smaller dead people, I guess. That. Now I'm deeply concerned about where I glossed over that piece. I think it's inside the grave, isn't it? Nope. It's not possible to have it left over. Is it? I've never had it. No, because see, there's still another. Because we're not done. Turn the page. All right. This. Right, 1 and 1, 2, 1, 1 and 1. There we go. That becomes number 2. So that's bag 1. Not bag 2. Yay, more minifigs. And put this sticker on here real quick before I forget. On a positive note, it's the last sticker. Which way does it go up? The last sticker. There. I get to throw that away. No more stickers. Yay. All right, how many pieces do I drop out of this bag and have to go fishing out from under the table? I think my average is about 1 a bag. I also like that the minifigs in these sets transform, that you get to switch off between different sets. I've been thinking a couple of times now as I've built these sets, the ability to change a specific character from, human to demon possessed. There are stop motion animation opportunities here galore with these sets. Like big stop motion animation opportunities, because their hair changes, their heads change. We get, put that over there a little bit. Where are her legs? There's her legs. There's her body. Where are the other legs? All right. If you don't have a strong stomach, you may not want to look. Somebody threw away a head. That little sucker's stuck, too. There we go. There we go. All right, somebody use my eyes, because I'm not. I have 1 leg, 1 torso, 2 torsos. There they are. I get stuck into looking at patterns and I don't see what's in front of me. So yeah, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like this. That's pretty much how they look in the app, the ghosts. They're that well done. And like I said before, you can actually use the app without having these sets. There are little missions you can do. He's got the Frankenstein looking hair. Where's your hair, dude? Oh, and cool. So if you're into like minifigs and accessories and stuff, she has her own custom cell phone. So far, I think every figure's had its own custom cell phone. That's the ghost hair. He's got, there it is, Lord Business hair. Gray vampire hair. And again, the printing on this thing is really great. I'm pulling up. He's got mud on his pants. You can see, let's see if I can get him up here. Nope. I'm going to figure out a way to make this camera function. I don't like the Logitech. The Canon does better. I just need a higher light. He's got mud on his pants. I mean, even on his, can you see his feet? He's got mud on the side of his feet. And then the rear of his suspenders. They're really, really well done. Then, of course, he's the one that converts. So he gets possessed. And all the heads are double-sided, by the way. They all have kind of a neutral and a scared face. And then those that convert over. Which, I love that hairpiece. It's kind of like it's like the Lord Business bedhead. That's pretty epic. That's the first time I've seen it. The shrimp boat, the captain of the shrimp boat, he has like the full, I call it the Gorton's Fisherman. I don't know if you guys have Gorton's Seafood where you are. They used to have this ad of the fisherman in like that traditional yellow rain slicker with the yellow hat with the front flipped back. That's the captain of the fishing boat in the shrimp boat thing. And when he converts, he ends up with this like Davy Jones tentacle beard and squid arms that come out of his back. He's really cool. He's easily my favorite fig in the series if we ignore the dog. Because the dog is beyond great in my book. And she has very cool prints as well. I love this because it's kind of going to sound like I'm trying to be a fashionista, and it's not the case. But she has probably one of the most up-to-date chest prints. I don't know if I can get her with her phone. Let's put her phone down. In that she has one of those cross sling. I mean, it's like a fanny pack worn like a sling bag, basically. But it's actually a thing. I see them for sale every now and then on Amazon. And her hair is beyond great with the hat. I'll set her off the side. Doggo's still my favorite, though. What we got a broom, garbage can. I don't see a lid for the garbage can, though. All right. So yeah, I'm super excited you guys all dropped by. I did not know there was... I felt there was, but I could never find it. I didn't know there was quite such an active and vibrant Lego scene on Twitch. So I'm so thrilled you guys are here. I really am. I feel like I found my people. Between video games and Legos, that's kind of it. That's what I was thinking. These pieces for the minifigs really fill a gap in modern scene apparel. They really do, for both genders, honestly. Because I mean, if you look at the kid, he's got hoodie wearing a cap, right? And then he's got, it's fully zipped up. But even if you take it off, you can see that underneath, he's got a red t-shirt on under his sweatshirt. And she's got, that right knit hat with the colored hair. And Brick and Nick's one of the most active streamers and has a great community. That's awesome. These are the figs you wish you had when you're setting up the Area 51 raid. Yeah, I bet. they would be a perfect fit. They're exactly, that demographic, right? Maybe the other side. My little greenies. So I'm going to have to check out his channel. Definitely. Yeah, because I had started back when Twitch had communities, the disaster that was. I had started looking through, and I never really saw like a brick builder community or a Lego community. So I tried to start one, and I think like one person followed it, and that was kind of demoralizing because it was like, oh, I guess not everyone had the same thought I had, where this would be an interesting thing to stream, and people might actually like want to see sets get built or hang out and talk about Legos while building sets. Or, my God, I said Legos. Could be banished from the community before I ever join it. But yeah, so I never really found it. So it was one of those things where it's like I took a break for a while from streaming, and when I came back, I was like, all right, it's still kind of my thing, but I'll only do it once a week. So then I'll do other things. And I've always looked forward to Tuesdays. Because whether I'm playing, a Lego game or building, I'm happy either way. I used to fairly religiously, just for a thing to do on Friday nights, I used to do like the whole Friday night builds kind of thing. Just because it was me saying, all right, there's one night a week where I just want to do Lego stuff, and I'll do it offline and nobody cares and I don't care. So that's how a lot of my sets got built. And then I got back into this and it's like, no, one night's going to be my night. 100% me. Technically, two of them are. Tuesday nights and Sunday nights. Sunday nights potluck. Whatever the hell I feel like. Because I'm a firm believer, and full disclosure, I actually work with a lot of influencers and streamers, say, in my day job. And I hear them say the same thing I try to tell streamers. I mean, my follower count doesn't reflect the level of streamers that I work with on a regular basis. Yeah, that's me. And Yellow Pike, the company I work for. And they all say the same thing. It's like, it really doesn't matter what you're streaming or what your community wants you to stream if you're not having fun streaming it. If you don't have something that you look forward to doing, everyone will know it and your streams will suck. Even if you're super good at whatever it is you're doing, if you don't want to be doing that, you'd rather be doing something else, everyone will know. So I kind of live what I preach to them. Or at least I try to. Because one of the conversations we were having was, if your entire point of streaming is to constantly hunt the big game to get big numbers, and become a big deal, you're never going to be happy, because your audience is going to be based on the game and not on you. Or the content and not on you. And that eventually will end up making you super unhappy. As it eventually makes everyone unhappy. To not be doing the thing they'd rather be doing, but instead be doing something they feel they have to. Because that's what other people expect. That's always a bad combination. And streaming's no different in that respect. In my opinion. Right. One of the first people I followed on YouTube was Freddie Wong. Oh, Rocket Jump, yeah. There's a great quote along the same lines about how the people he enjoys watching and those are successful are all people that are super passionate about it. Right, exactly. I mean, I could go out. Druidsfire's going to laugh. I could go out and fire up Fortnite and play Fortnite and be like everybody else, but I suck at Fortnite. I could probably get decent. I would never get good, and I would never be happy. But I'd have viewers. You'd probably add a zero onto the viewer count right now if it was just Fortnite. No one would care who I was. They'd either be coming to laugh at how bad I would be. But I'd have the numbers, right? But ultimately, I don't care. This is as much for my fun as for anything else, and I love the fact that people come and hang out and are willing to support me through follows, subs, sharing their Amazon Prime stuff, whatever, and hang out. And people, some of them show up religiously. I mean, I'm gonna have to buy Druid's Fire her own pew to this church at some point. And I've made friends online through this and other things. And to me, that's the win, right? So like knowing that at some point in the future, maybe I can go out to a Lego show and I'm going to run into somebody that I saw on Twitch or saw online or saw their stuff. That's awesome. Right? And then we sit down and have a conversation like we're old friends or something. To me, that's cool. That's what this should be about. So. Oh, you're being CM in another channel. Sorry. No, we're just talking about, you know, people who support streamers and content for the streamer, not so much the content. And that's really how it should be. Streamers should stream the things that make them happy and make them want to be there, because that makes other people want to be there. I always get nervous when I don't like separate them out before I start building. It's like, how many pieces am I going to miss? Where's my pickaxe? Tools. I guess this is the gravekeeper's hut with leaking water faucet. A water faucet that's leaking. Didn't even know what Twitch was until a few months ago when I ran into Nick again at Brickworld and we caught up. That's cool. Brickworld, is that Virginia? Where's Brickworld? Brickworld, Virginia frustrates me because it's in a place that I know well and I can get to fairly easily. Oh, Brickworld, Chicago. But I never seem to have time off around the time of it. So it's always one of those things where like, damn. If it was at another time of the year, the summers are super, super busy time for me with work. Brick Fair is in Virginia, right? I've only ever been to two. We used to have a show here in Mass that lasted 2 years and then got canceled because I guess there was really just no money in it. It didn't support itself basically because it was far enough out of the city that I think it was just annoying for people to get there. And there probably weren't enough AFOLs in the area to support it by themselves. And I think it's Brick Fair in Pasadena was the other one I've been to. They're fun. I enjoy them. I enjoy them a great fun. So, I like the mocks. There was, I want to say it was in Pasadena. There was a kid there that had a World War II scene that he'd built that was just amazing. He was like 13 or 14, I want to say. It was a really huge set, really well done. Yeah, God, I hope there's nobody from the New England Lug watching. But maybe if there is, you could take this back to the powers that be. Several times I've almost joined the New England Lug and been dissuaded from doing so each time, in that they weren't terribly responsive. I can't see on their site where they've regularly do anything other than an annual train show I think they go to, and do a display there. It just is a little bit demoralizing to say, I want to find a group and, ask questions and learn things, and then my options are this group that doesn't seem terribly active, or start my own, which takes forever, and I ain't got time for that. So as a community manager, I know myself well enough that one of two things happens. If I have time and no community, I will either build one from the ground up, or I will find one that I feel is failing and just not living up to its potential, and work my butt off and end up spending 7 or 8 years as the president and head of that community or group or whatever, and then it's just, now I've given myself work. That's where streaming comes in. I can build a wonderful community right here. And you guys hang out and are super cool. And I don't have to worry about anything else. For each, still a member of IndieLug, even though I've lived in the DC area for almost 2 years now, mainly because it's impossible to find an up-to-date right? That's the thing. I go to the Lug's webpage and it's like, last update from 2016. It's like, but then they'll make a post on their Facebook page. Oh yeah, we'll be at the train show again this year out in Springfield. As it's like clockwork. Every year I see that one post. It's like, are you a Lug or are you a Lego train group that sometimes does a show? Which, I mean, if that's their thing, and that's great. I love Lego trains. I don't think I'd ever join a Lego train group, but I get it. I mean, to this day, I can remember, being like 6 or 7 years old on Christmas morning, getting a train. I was like, holy crap, everything's right in the world. So trains, I totally understand. I am down with that particular sickness. Why do I feel like this is on backwards? We're good. Gravekeeper Shack. Rant over. How hard is it to update a website? It's easier to go back to India a few times a year. This is 1995. You don't have to have mad admin. Yeah, rant over. Agreed. I mean, you can literally go out and buy a turnkey hosted package for like $10 a month. Skin it, throw it together. You've got forums, you've got file sharing options, you got everything you need. Put a Twitter site together. Most of the community sites I can think of, if you post something, it'll spit out a tweet for you. You don't even have to manage your own Twitter account. Yeah, Squarespace, good example. Envision Communities, same deal. It's like an entire turnkey website for as little as like $5 or $10 a month. Hey, you don't really. I mean, I guess you could probably do it on like a Yahoo Groups kind of thing. You do a halfway decent Facebook group. Honestly, a Facebook community. If yeah, just keep your Facebook updated. Exactly. It ain't rocket science, kids. But I also get it. Not everybody's like super savvy, and so I was president of an RC club for 7.5 years, and it got to the point where I realized when I got really busy with this job, if I didn't, no one did, and I had admittedly fostered that, not willingly, not intentionally. It was just, all right, nobody else is getting crap done, so I'm going to do it. And then it just really kind of became a mess of nobody does anything because we know if we wait, Rick will do it. And I know that any lug I join, I'll have that same frustration, especially this one. And then it'll be like, I'm going to run the show, and the only thing anybody's ever going to do is complain when they don't like what I'm doing, but they will never step up and help. That's the end of my rant. Right, exactly. Yeah, and again, I'm not faulting anybody. It's just one of those things where everything is better if everybody pitches in. Everybody has different skill sets, different abilities. And when everyone is utilizing their abilities as best they can, the whole group wins. And no one person feels like everything has to constantly be on them. And that's when you have a really good group. And that's for any group. That's, for a lug, for whatever. It's true of any company for that matter. Did I build this backwards? No. It's just the way it's angled in the photo is not the way I was looking at it. And I also get it, right? People have lives. Not everybody can always be like, oh, I'm a member of a group, so I'm going to dedicate all of my, waking hours that are not work hours to the group. People got lives, they got kids, they got families. I totally get it. But at the same time, I think if you accept the responsibility of a leadership position in one of these groups, you're saying, hey, I have a life, I have a job, I have all of these things, but I will step up and help and contribute along with others. And it's when that along with others part doesn't work out quite right, that's when the problems start. Because a basic truth of human behavior, and I'm not telling anybody anything they don't already know, is that ultimately, if we can get somebody else to do it, we will. And when we don't like the way they're doing it, we'll complain about it. But generally speaking, we won't step up and say, hey, I can do this. Let me take that off your plate. Broadly speaking, not everyone is like that, but very broadly speaking. In my experience, anyway. I feel like I have to say that more often these days since I've gone from primarily working in studios to working for an agency. In my experience is like my new catchphrase. In my experience, waffles are always better than pancakes. Fight me. Wrong one. One over. Right. You're exactly right. Leadership isn't about doing everything yourself. It's about identifying who's best suited for the available roles and responsibilities and delegating accordingly, and then making sure things are followed through with and assisting where needed and possible. 100% absolute correct. The catch is when dealing with an entirely voluntary hobby kind of group, if you step up for leadership, most of the people go, oh, good, someone will do it. And they take one step back for every step you take forward, which is unfortunate. But also, I am sad to say, far more common than not. At the same time, I know a lot of people who will go out there and ultimately they don't care. It's like, I will do everything. I will do whatever it takes. And I will just keep doing it. But you can only do that for so long. At some point, you do burn out. And you have to step back and say, all right, now I can't do this anymore because I'm just too tired. I've got too many other things. I can't always be the guy sacrificing. And depending on the dynamic of your group, that is oftentimes right about the time everyone starts going, well, we don't know if you should have that role because you clearly aren't doing things, to the level at which we expect. It's like, well, the only reason you expect that is because I've been doing them that way and now I've just run out of gas, right? So it's politics, I guess, really. You are super useful. You do things so we don't have to. Oops, you're not doing them anymore and you're asking us to. Well, we need someone else to take over. People, right? People are people. Everybody's different, except in all of the amazing ways that we are shockingly similar. Yeah, there's a disconnect between how leadership happens in a proper corporate culture versus a voluntary one, because there's generally a lack of true necessary incentives in the voluntary role. Yep, exactly. What is your incentive for stepping up and taking on this role? It's not like you're getting paid. Although, to be fair, most of the organizations that I've stepped up and led, they had some sort of provision in their charters for those in the leadership position on the board or whatever, to not pay dues. So while usually not a ton of money, less than $100 a year, at least it was still oh, okay. At least there's a thank you there, right? There it goes. This wasn't getting in there right. I work in politics and government, so I see it day in, day out. I can only imagine. I've got some friends that are contractors in the government, and some days they say, if all the employees would go home and just let the contractors get it done. So I can only imagine being on the inside of that, what that must look and feel like. Wrong side. So one thing I don't like, and I see it more in these sets than in others, just those pieces that kind of float and hang. It's like, Usually I'm impressed by how Lego designs and builds things to be just so, and to have a certain amount of rigidity and support built in through the construction. I've noticed in a few sets lately there's this trend towards, well, we can do it this way or that way. It doesn't always have to be like this. And sometimes that feels like just a little bit of a cheap out. It's like, no, I guess, if you can cut a half dozen parts out of a set and save a little money, it doesn't really affect the look or the playability, but it has that little bit of, okay, that's slightly less stable than I'm used to, kind of feel. But again, company's got to make a buck. Everybody cuts somewhere. I'd rather the set, not have 170 pieces if they can make the set the same price and only have 150. Rather than raise the set price. That's me. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This is a rather interesting concoction over here. Where is it? Guessing it's a weapon of some sort. Well, it doesn't really. Maybe a trigger of some kind? I don't know. Once we get this built, we'll do I'll grab my phone and we'll fire up the app. Show you a little bit of the interactivity on this set. Alrighty then. It's interesting. Interesting arm. Now I guess we're going the other way. Here's this. One to the left, one to the right. Keeps putting his testicles all over me. His what? Ooh, tentacles. Big difference. Better Off Dead. Such a great movie. Yep. We're going inside. I haven't seen with any of the new sets as many reports of breakages in the brown and reddish brown stuff. I don't know if that's... I know they said they had changed some manufacturing stuff. I don't know if that's directly related or not. All right, this goes this way. Oh, I see. It's going to be a monster tree. It's going to be like an evil ent. We don't like evil ents. Kerflop. There we go. Get in there. They announced that a little bit back. Seems about it. Yeah, about the red stuff. I saw them announce that they had heard the complaints and they had found a fix for it. So I'm guessing that. I know some people were saying it was more than just the reddish brown, but I only ever really saw photos of reddish brown pieces in pieces. You know what? That's what I thought they meant, but let's move that there. Floaty bits. Bane of my existence. That in. That in. One thing I have to confess is a disappointment. So these green pieces, there are no glow-in-the-dark pieces in any of the Hidden Side sets. None. Nothing glows, which I think, my guess, is probably to do with the AR. I think given the fact that the AR tries really hard to function in a certain lighting range. So for example, if you're using the AR and it's kind of dark, it'll turn your phone's light on into sort of like spotlight mode. And I think glowing pieces would probably screw that up more than just a little bit. So, as disappointed as I am, I think there's a tech reason for it. This is totally a... kind of a monster tree. Monster trees. Everybody needs their own monster tree. Oh, now even more so. Holy cow. How can you not like that face? And his teeth. Definitely one of the things I was saying earlier that I really like about this set is that it all converts. It can be like the super normal, boring, it's just, you know, a high school, or it's just a graveyard, or it's, you know, a graveyard full of monster-possessed trees or whatnot. Or a monster-possessed outhouse in the case of the bus. Is it full up? Yep. He's a horny devil. With all the greens. This is pretty good stuff. Let's see. That goes that way. That goes that way. Three more chunks of green, which all go on. Ta-da. Excuse me. Yep, getting towards the end of the day. Only so much talking and dry air-conditioned air before the voice starts to say, "What the hell are you doing to me?" 2 and 3. All right. So we go here. And here. And then sometimes the angle they show these at is not the angle they should be at. There we go. Pretty sure that's not just a me thing, that other people have trouble discerning the appropriate angle of stuff based on the photos in the book sometimes. Ah, and he gets put on the rotation. So he's got teeth. There we go. Ah, that's better. Now he's got a little movement. A little movement. He's got some teeth over the gravekeeper's shack. And we got some greens everywhere. We have the requisite leftover bits. All right. So there we go. So that's the set. Nice little, see if I can get it in there. I keep losing the pickaxe out of the back of the Gravekeeper's out. Nice little interactive guy here. The AR stuff is underneath the statue. You don't really need the figs for the AR to work. I'm just going to line them up out here. And the doggo. And the switchable head. So that's the whole set. Let me grab my phone. Where'd they put the app? All right, so here's the app. I may end up actually sliding this off camera just so that I can get enough of it into the phone and into the app. I doubt the Gatorade bottle is going to help the app recognize it. So you can choose to be Hunter or Ghost. It does have sound. So I'm going to go back to being Hunter. Here's Newberry. So every point of interest is a set. So there's Stunt Truck, High School, Ghost Lab, Shrimp Shack, Graveyard, Train, Shrimp Boat, and Bus. So we're going to go with Graveyard. This will be my first playthrough. I have built my set. I am ready. So let's see if I can get this to start. So there's the set. See how it does. It'll put up so it's about pattern matching. See it hit the I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this. There it goes. Oops. Here's ghosts and stuff popping in. So clear the gloom. Alright. Now it tells you to turn the wheel. So change it to yellow. So okay. Got it. So now you go and you find the yellow bit. Line it up. Then you have to find the gloom, which is the... Find the gloom is the infestation, wherever it may be. See this? Everything in the room is now... Hang on, I gotta find it. Where are you? I don't think Yoda holds the gloom. But pretty much everywhere has something now. There it is, it's that way. Oh. Found it. Change the wheel to one of these colors. Let's go blue. And again, it's going to say, and now it's raining. So there's blue. Found gloom spot. Clear it. So if we scan that, you got to make these line up. Come on. It's hard to do sideways. Alright, so now we'll get a ghost. It'll come out. Tap red. There's that. That ain't red. Well, no, it's not red. It's pink, because that's the color you gave me. There you go. You find the gloom again. Where is it? Oh, it's way over there. Right, there it is. Nope, can't find it. Yep. It's behind me. Oh. I don't know if you can see, but there's actually like graves behind the set now, and the tree portion is moving on its own. The wings are flapping on the ferry, so graveyard's over there. So it's really hard to kind of get it in the camera, but I think you get the idea of the interactivity. I wish one of the ghosts would pop, because if you can get that to happen, there it is. Gloom spots found. Change the wheel to blue. Once the ghost comes out, there's actually a combat element. What is that? I grabbed a power something. Now I can scan the blue. More gloom. I guess this is just gloomy over the... Oh, it's over there. There it is, gloom revealed. Shoot the gloom. Degloom the spot, but someone is still gloomed here. Uh-oh. Scan a minifig. So, you put a minifig on the... Let's see. Got it. So there's a minifig I stuck on there. Uh-oh, ghost detected. Now you're fighting a ghost. And my phone is almost dead, too. Oops. You shoot too much, you overheat. Let's see if I can pull this back in here. My phone's probably going to crap out before I kill him. Nope, got him. Ghost caught. So now the percentage of gloom in the town goes down. It's all based around social media. So it says you got 350 new subscribers. So you now have 350 new followers on social media, which is all make-believe. Doesn't do anything, but you get points. When you collect your points, you get studs. So I'm almost to 400. And then there's different stuff you can get. So like you can collect ghosts, you can level them up. Yep, I got gloom. So I earned that. I don't have enough to unlock the next thing. So I close the workshop. But these are all the different ghosts I've collected, so like he can level up. So I'll level him up. So now he's level 2. I can level him up. I don't know if I have enough though, do I? No, I don't. Yep, I don't have enough spirit to level him up. That's kind of the idea. And every set's different ghosts. You can do it without the sets. You can capture ghosts and level them up. And then you can get upgrades. So you need 175 studs to get an upgrade. I only have 154. And it'll unlock a random power-up for you to use when playing with the sets. So that is the Hidden Side Graveyard with its amazing minifigs. And the AR stuff really is fun. Like when you sit down to play it and not try to kind of show it on stream. It actually is a lot of fun. I imagine if I were years younger and I were a little kid, I would be absolutely blown away and amazed by it. So, and I admit that I'm kind of blown away and amazed by it too, because I didn't expect as much as this actually turned out to be. From LEGO, they don't have the best track record when it comes to their digital stuff. I'm sorry to say, but this really does live up to all the hype, and I like it. I like it a lot. So that's that. For those wondering, it is set 70420. I don't know if you can scan the QR code out of this or not, but in case you wanted to grab the instructions, I think that's too washed out. Or you can just download them. Ah, that was fun. It's a nice short set. It was a fun build. That's kind of it for the night. I think we're good. I want to thank everybody for coming I want to thank everyone who rated and all of you who stayed. That's awesome. By all means, hit the follow button. Like I said, every Tuesday night we do something Lego themed. Sunday nights are kind of a potluck. Saturday nights, hey, if you're into retro games, we play everything from Zelda to the old Lucasfilm adventure games. We actually just finished playing Zack McCracken last Saturday. So we have fun. We hang out. We chat. We're cool. We're chill. All we ask is that you just be respectful and nice to everybody. And it ain't that hard to do. All right. Trying to think. It's midnight. I could play something, but I think I'm actually going to crash and get a little sleep. It's a tough day at work tomorrow. Got a long day to deal with. It was kind of a long day today. I feel accomplished. I'm in a good mood. So yeah, I think we'll lock it down. And again, thanks to everyone. Thanks for the new subs and follows. I cannot express my appreciation for that enough. It's just not possible. So thank you again. And I will see everyone, next time. Thursday night is my next stream. It's Lego night. We play on Ithel server. If it's Lotro night, we play on Ithel server. If you play the Lord of the Rings online, feel free to drop in. Or if you have no idea what it is, feel free to drop in and learn something. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Wow, I just looked over at chat for the group you guys introduced me to. I guess I'll do some reading before I go to bed. Wow. That's cool, though. I like it.